Welcome back to the rest of the story. I just got done with chores. Yes, calf chores. We have 8 calves in here that didn't quite make it to be weaned off with everybody else. So they're a little bit slower on the grain uptake. So they've been in here for about a little over 2 weeks now, since the rest of them have gotten weaned off. That's really not too far out of the norm. Out of a group of 27, or is it 29? Heck, I can't remember right now. But when you buy them from the sales barn like that, when you buy them in several smaller groups from the sales barn like that, you're not entirely sure, guaranteed, that they're all going to be exactly 2 days old or 7 days old or even 2 weeks old. So you get a little bit of a mix in there. And that's pretty much what we're looking at right now. These guys really are the small guys out of the group, out of everybody that was there. And in the time that they've been in here since the other guys have been pulled out, they are really starting to show some growth, starting to show a lot healthier grain uptake, as you can see how readily he's going after it. So everybody doesn't grow at the same pace as one would like, and for all we know, these guys were the calves out of those 20, 30 or so we had in here that are 2 to 3 day old calves we brought home that just need that extra amount of attention to get them finished out, or get them to weaning age or to weaning size. With the current weather, I'm surprised you guys can't hear the rain. Well, I can hear the rain hitting the barn right now. It's been raining absolutely all day. It did not stop at all. So it's kind of cold and damp out. Even if we were looking to wean these guys out right now, it would not be ideal, because you put them outside in this kind of weather. And granted, they are bedded really well outside in the shed out there, but it is a pole shed. It's got an open front on it, so they do have the wind and everything that I have to contend with, and it is getting down. We haven't exactly been freezing at night, but you get down in the 30s, and for guys like this, you got to really keep an eye on them just to make sure that they don't go backwards on you. So these guys are getting a healthy dose of milk replacer every morning and night. They're getting plenty of grain. Keeping them dry, even in here, is a little bit of a challenge. I'm going through, just on these guys, we're going through just under a full straw bale every day, trying to keep them dry. And it is also serving as roughage for them, because as I was bedding them, they were going through and kind of gnawing on the straw I was giving them. And it seems how they just got their grain, and we do have a little bit of this calf feed in here. Oh, what's the name of it? It's Sweet 12. This isn't what we were feeding everybody else, but it seems how these guys, once we weaned everybody else out and we had just these guys in here, it was very prevalent that they weren't eating as readily as we would like. So we got this sweet mix, molasses. I mean, you can smell it, but they really go after that because I guess it is a little bit more sweet. And Farmer's Blow, oh, still fighting the cold. In weather like this, I don't know how you can really get away from it. So it really helps mixing that in with the rolled corn out of the silo, and you can see they're doing really nice. Hopefully we'll have them out here in the next week, 2 weeks, not really sure. Not really trying to keep them in here for too terrible long, but you got to keep them in here long enough to make sure that when you get them out of the barn and out to the other farm, that you're not going to be loading them back up and bringing them back in here to put them back on milk, because they're not maybe quite strong enough, healthy enough, or bulked up enough, started well enough. There's a multitude of words that I could refer to say that they are, but the goal is just try to get them out of here. They've been dehorned, they've been vaccinated, and honestly, once we decide that they're ready to be taken out of here, we will do. And there isn't anything that we have to do to them after that. Just load them up in the trailer and get them gone. So, yes, that is it on the bottle calves. As you can see, for the rest of the barn, we will be doing that with the rest of this. We'll go through, we'll pull all the straw off of it, we'll let it dry out, and we'll hit it heavily with barn lime, and it'll be ready for calves again. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing how many or whatever we end up doing as far as putting more calves in here over the winter. This barn is set up very nicely for raising calves in the winter. It keeps you away from out of the wind, out of the cold. It does get kind of chilly in here in the winter, but just the fact that you don't have to deal with the snow and everything else, and with the barn cleaner, it's a really nice atmosphere area to raise calves. So gives you something else to do all winter, right? So with that, I'll talk to you guys later.